Hello viewer, welcome to Artistry. My name is Tirus Wanyoike. Now I have a wide range of products before me here, and this is what I want us to be able to see exactly what happens, because when we go to order for our items in the shops or at the joiners workshop, we want a very good table, but we tell him the best wood, we want to have the best item, and then we are not able to explain exactly what we need. So right ahead of me, I have a number of materials. They are not the only materials that we have in woodwork and joinery. They're just part of them, but I want us to understand, because much of what we would expect and what we would like and what we normally go for is made of one of these that we see ahead of us here. So apart from this and this, all the rest that we can see here, all the other materials that we see here, we classify them as manufactured boards. Manufactured in the sense that they are made in the factory, they are made somewhere. But these two are natural products, and natural means this is wood, it is timber. It has been converted. We talk of conversion. So from the log, the tree, once it is felled, then we have the log, and from the log now we have the converted part or the converted timber. So this one in size should be 100 by 50. We measure here by millimeters, but normally from the timber yard we call it a 4 by 2. So it's a 4 by 2 timber, this long. So from there we have this, it's kind of a top of a small table or a stool. So it is made of strips. As you can see from the cross section there, we have this piece, we have this piece, we have this piece. From the head grain you can tell which wood is different from the other. But from the top here we have done good joinery in such a way that after finishing you may not be able to distinguish one piece from the other, because they're the same species, but they're different pieces of wood. So it's also natural wood, but we have cut it in narrow strips, then we have laminated it. Now it makes a very stable. We call it, we talk of it as stable top. Stable in the sense that it will not be subject to warping and distortion as timber defects of occur. So for a tabletop or a stool top, if you want it to be stable, then split it into various pieces and then join it. Use the bat joint or whatever other joint that you can be able to use for widening, and then you clamp them together with glue. And then after a while it should be glued. Then you plane it on top using the various machines or the plane, and then you sand it smoothly, then it should form a very good top. So these two are natural wood, but now these others are manufactured boards. So this is what I would like us to see step by step, so that you can be able to determine what we want from the joiner. The next time we will go now to a fundi in the workshop. We want a very good table, but now the price also will be determined by the material that you choose. So right from this end, we have this material that is so much in use nowadays. Many of us know it. This one is a chipboard. It's a chipboard. So the chipboard is determined by the size. It is distinguished one from the other by the size or the thickness. The size in terms of thickness. So this is a 9mm chipboard. 9mm chipboard will be appropriate perhaps for the ceiling. This one in the workshop, we are preparing to make drawing board for the engineering students. We are preparing to make a drawing board. It could be bigger, it could be smaller than this, but this is just a standard drawing board for the A3 paper. So it should be able to fit there well. So the chipboard comes in various thicknesses. So depending on the use that you want to make with the chipboard, then you determine what thickness you want. And again, the price of the chipboard will be determined by the thickness again. But the standard size, the overall size, is normally 8 feet by 4 feet, 2440 by 1220. So that is the standard feet, similar to plywood, and every other manufactured board comes in that size of 8 feet by 4 feet. So per every unit to be considered that size, and then the specifications depending on the thickness and the material will determine the price. So this one we call it the chipboard. So chipboard has a number of uses. They could be used for a tabletop. You can use a chipboard for that. Nowadays we also have a lot of furniture made out of chipboard. Kitchen units are also made out of this material. But now the other ones are a bit thick than this. They could be 18 millimeter is the standard size, or 3/4. Many of the people refer to it as relates to inches. So 3/4 of an inch is 18 millimeters, and so it is twice this thick. So that is the standard chipboard that we have in our timber yards and in our hardwares. So the chipboard is used for making tops for the table, making kitchen units, making even wardrobes, and so forth and so forth. So the finishing here, you just sand it to smoothness. You're allowed to sand using the sandpaper. Then after sanding, it will be smooth. Then it could be painted. It could be varnished. But it is not good to leave it the way it is, because it could be destroyed by water, especially if it's a tabletop or any other place that we have water around it. If we use the chipboard where there is water, then it is going to swell. It is going to be destroyed by water. So chipboard, the finishing the chipboard, we can sand it finally, then use varnish. We can use paint or any other finishing material of your choice. Then next here we have the MDF. The MDF board is also very common nowadays. MDF standing for medium density fiber, because in MDF we have we get quite a number of units from it as well. You can as well make kitchen cabinets out of it. You can make tabletops out of it. You can as well make small units out of this MDF. And a good advantage of the MDF I have in front of me here, it has the two surfaces well prepared. So you don't need to do any finishing on it. You only need to do the trim on the edges. So many people will do a mold on the ends and then paint it. After painting, then the MDF should have a very good finish. So since this one is white, you can as well finish the edges using a white lipping or some white paint on it. So these two are very common nowadays in our hardwares, in our joinery places. We have those for quick items, because nowadays we measure for the item today, we need it tomorrow, and there is no other time for buying timber from the hardware, planing it, finishing, but these two can offer you a very quick fix on such items. You can start the project in the morning, and by evening you are through with it, you're good to go. You can call your customer now, come for your product. So these two are very common nowadays, and it's good to distinguish the difference between the two. So chipboard also can come with this kind of finish. It can come finished as well, but it's good to take note of what is inside, because these are chips. These are wood chips that have been compressed, and these are also wood products which are ground finely, and then they have been compressed and given a very good finish. So for now, we have interpreted these two, and we have seen their uses. And for now, we will take a short break, and then we'll be back to see more of these manufactured boats. So stay tuned.